Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you a Morgott's Cursed Sword build guide in Elden Ring. So this weapon's very strong because it scales off of dexterity and has bleed buildup, and it has a really good weapon art. So I'll be going over the full build guide here and a few different options we can add in. This will be at level 150, but if you're a lower level, we want to at least get 30 vigor and then get our dexterity up to 35 to equip this sword. 14 strength and 17 arcane are the stats that we need. This is with 50 vigor, 20 mind, 36 endurance, 18 strength, 40 dexterity, 10 intelligence, 15 faith, and 45 arcane. This will give us a good amount of bleed buildup as we have 84 on this here. And yeah, we want to be using the Raptor's Black Feather as we can do jump attacks with the Bloodhound's Fang. And then we can also two-hand that if you want to switch things up. We also got the White Mask and the Lord of Blood's Exaltation to deal extra damage after bleed loss has been built up, which is going to be pretty easy with these two weapons having both 55 bleed buildup and the 84 there. So this one scales pretty good with Arcane. We got Millicent's Prosthesis here to boost our dexterity further, giving us 40 dexterity for more damage with Morgott's Cursed Sword. Shard of Alexander will greatly boost the power of our skills, and then the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman for damage negation, but you can also swap it out for any type of damage negation, or really any of these can be swapped out. But I'll be showing you the full combat guide here. So with this, we usually want to be starting with Flame Gravity Strength. Swarm of Flies typically a little bit first because you can get this to trigger bleed buildup, and then it'll trigger the blood loss, which will boost our damage even further. So you can see there, we're hitting 1419 for damage. That's quite good. One-shotting the Albinaurix here, and we got a nice explosion after with this weapon art, so we ran out of FP there, but we're still doing pretty good amounts of damage. There's an Albinaurix spinning around down there. That's hilarious. So yeah, we will do around 1,000 damage per hit. The nice thing about curved swords is they have a really good move set, so you can hit quite hard with this. But typically we want to start with the blood flies there, swarm of flies. It can interrupt and also cause that bleed buildup, which is going to give us the huge amounts of damage. So there it is, that explosion from Morgott's Cursed Sword can do a little bit of posture damage as well. I find that this sword is really great for breaking posture. And if you run out of FP, you can pull out the curves, your backup dragon, or your backup Bloodhound's Fang there for extra damage, because jump attacks do quite a bit. You can also swap out one of the talisman here. If you're going with more of the jump attacks instead of focusing on your Morgott's Cursed Sword, you can just put on the Claw Talisman, which will further boost the damage of this. So we're hitting for over 2,000 with jump attacks here. That is quite powerful. But I really do like the Morgott's Cursed Sword attack there, because that fire follow-up attack it does a really good job of hitting any enemies that you might have missed with the blade itself. That's one of the things with Elden Ring, is sometimes if you try to trade blows with a boss and you miss, it feels like a big waste. But with Morgott's Cursed Sword, you're able to sometimes just proc that off and get a good amount of damage. And even though it's only 200 on certain enemies, that's still a bit of extra damage. So again, we want to typically start with Flame Gravity Strength, and our Swarm of Flies will trigger bleed. This is like our most consistent way to get the blood loss buildup, so I highly recommend using it. But then once that's done and over with, we can bring out the jump attacks and get to doing that, because it does a ton of damage. And we can also just focus on swinging both the swords at the same time. I find that the curved greatswords have a power stance attack that comes out very quickly compared to others, so 2,600 damage there. That's pretty good. We don't even have blood loss built up yet, but yeah, that's Morgott's Cursed Sword in Elden Ring. If you found this video useful, please hit the subscribe button below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.